Let's go.
Roman Reigns once told me he carries his family legacy as a badge of honor that fuels his confidence that cannot be broken.
One of the most confident men in WWE today. You feel the aura of the arena change the minute the opening notes of his song hit. Roman Reigns changes the feeling in the building. It's all about his yard. Plain and simple.
There's one guarantee: whenever Roman Reigns enters an arena, he stirs up incredible emotion within the WWE Universe.
It's all about his yard.
So with the nationwide look.
The soul of WWE's Cruiserweight division.
And his opponent from Charlotte, North Carolina, weighing in at 200 pounds, Cedric Alexander.
He's got hydraulics in his legs and dynamite in his fists. Cedric Alexander is fun to watch.
You look at every superstar, and every superstar has their individual motivations. Well, for Cedric Alexander, it is simply to be a good role model for his young daughter to prove that as long as you put in the work, you can succeed at whatever you want to do.
Michael Cole, Corey Graves, Byron Saxton here to call what will surely be a highly contested matchup. German suplex. Oh, rock kick.
There's a certain feeling that comes over the combatants in the steel cage match once they hear the door close and see the official lock it. A superstar must know that their body is going to be thrown against the steel, that their face will most likely be raked across the cage, and that anything is legal in this environment. You gotta believe this one's over.
We spoke about this earlier, Corey. It's crucial for a WWE superstar to fully understand the gravity of the situation they're in when they battle inside a 15-foot-high steel cage. An individual must be ready to endure pure brutality and be prepared for the fight of their life. No one leaves a steel cage match without scars.
Well, you said something of value for once, and that anything is legal inside the steel cage. To that point, something else we've seen over the years is interference. Whether it's The Undertaker coming up through the ring or John Cena getting bashed in the head with the cage door from the outside, it's all legal in the cage.
He's starting to feel it here. I fully expect him to bounce back, though. This is the type of one-on-one atmosphere where he thrives.
History was with Roman Reigns at the 32nd WrestleMania in Dallas, Texas. The big dog was on the hunt that night and defeated Triple H to become the WWE Champion in front of more than 100,000 screaming members of the WWE Universe. On that night, Reigns would not be denied.
Anytime a WWE Championship changes hands, it's historic. But the conflict between Triple H and Roman Reigns was so intense that the only place their differences could be settled was WrestleMania.
The odds were against Roman Reigns in every possible way at the 32nd Showcase of the Immortals. The game, Triple H was ready to take Reigns down once and for all, but the big dog had other ideas as he beat the odds and became...
But he's got to capitalize now.
Great move by him right there.
Yeah, let's see that one again.
He goes for the cover. He gets the shoulder up for 3. Wow.
It's a little bit over.
Behind it.
What's he gonna do with it? Back suplex. Very nice. What's gonna happen now?
Wow, Roman Reigns is being controlled.
Turns it around. Nailed it. And Cedric Alexander is really taking a pounding.
There's a good chance he can't recover from this.
According to historians, the twisted metal that we see as part of steel cages today dates back 80 years. To settle a dispute between competitors Jack Bloomfield and Count Pietro Rossi, the two met inside a ring surrounded by chicken wire. At first, these types of matches were referred to as fence matches.
Corey, you gave us an impressive history of the origins of the steel cage match. I'd like to point out to our viewers that from the 1960s to the mid-1980s, chain link fences were used to enclose the ring for WWE steel cage matches. A superstar could win by pinfall, submission, or by exiting the cage through the cage door or climbing over the top of the cage.
We should also point out, Michael, that the way to win a steel cage match can vary by match depending on what was agreed to before contracts to compete in the match were signed.
He might have it.
There's a certain feeling that comes over the combatants in a steel cage match once they hear the door close and see the
Superman punch! This one's over, guys. Cedric Alexander is in a real bad spot.
What's this?
Roman Reigns just too fast for him.
You spoke about this earlier, Corey. It's crucial for a WWE superstar to fully understand the gravity of the situation they're in when they battle inside a 15-foot-high steel cage. An individual must be ready to endure pure brutality and be prepared for the fight of their life. No one leaves a steel cage match without scars.
Corey, you said something of value for once, and that anything is legal inside the steel cage. To that point, something else we've seen over the years is interference. Whether it's The Undertaker coming up through the ring or John Cena getting bashed in the head with the cage door from the outside, it's all legal in the cage. Cedric Alexander really seems to thrive when it comes to tournaments. In 2016, he had a classic match against Kota Ibushi in the Cruiserweight Classic. 2 years later, a tournament got him in a championship match at WrestleMania.
I had the chance to tour the WWE Performance Center earlier today, which is not too far from us here in Orlando. It's such an amazing state-of-the-art facility.
Byron mentioned Cedric winning his way to WrestleMania in 2018 via the Cruiserweight Championship Tournament. I'd argue that he had the toughest road to WrestleMania.
I'm not going to argue with you, Cole. I mean, he took on the Cruiserweight Classic runner-up, and then the guy that won the Cruiserweight Classic, and then...
Oh, spear! Spear! Game, set, go for the cover.
Digging deeper on kick out.
I don't believe it. He refuses to lose. The best way to describe combatants clashing inside a steel cage is its battle of attrition. Sometimes a superstar is left with no choice but to fight fire with fire and do whatever they need to do in order to win the match. And sometimes it comes down to a superstar doing whatever they need to do in order to survive.
Byron, you touched on this earlier, but it's so important for a superstar to accept that there's nowhere to run and nowhere to hide in a steel cage match. That the conflict will be resolved within the 15-foot-high steel walls that surround the ring. And that losing a cage match can mean much more than a mark in the loss column. For some, it has meant the end of their career.
It's difficult to describe the damage that can be done to a superstar who competes in a steel cage match. We see the physical harm, but we don't see the psychological effects from being inside the cage. Make no mistake about it, Michael. The steel cage truly represents survival of the fittest.
Now it's Roman Reigns on his heels. He's going to need to find a way to fire back.
You hate to think this way, but part of me thinks he might be over his head inside that steel cage.
Boom, what impact!
He's got him on his heels and shows no signs of letting up.
And if he hits this, this one's over.
Superman punch! That should do it. Cedric Alexander is in a real...
And Roman Reigns makes the cover.
This steel cage match is in the books.
When he introduced the enclosure, everything was possible. What a match this was.
These guys show flashes in this match, but flashes don't exactly set the world on fire, as these highlights show very well.
What a ferocious conclusion to this steel cage match. That's a big win any day of the week, on any show, in any arena, Michael.
We got an animated crowd here tonight.